Greetings, comrades. This question from the 2024 NHT exam requires us to record two events. First of all, the trade-in of an old computer, and then secondly, the purchase for cash of a new one, which will be discounted based on the trade-in value for the old one. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to work out our ACDEP on the old one because it's not specified in the question. We don't have a balance sheet extract that has our accumulated depreciation in it, but the information is there in front of us. So if we just unpack this question, the old computer had a cost price of 85K plus GST. We don't need to worry about the GST. That would have been recorded when the asset was purchased in the years prior. And it's got a carrying value of 85K. So just got this little balance sheet extract down the bottom here to help us work this out. So the computer had a cost price of 85K. Our carrying value is 10K. So we work backwards and go, well, therefore 85K minus the 10K carrying value means that we must have allocated $75,000 in ACDEP. So therefore, in our computer ledger, let's just show what that looks like. We've got an $85,000 balance there, and our ACDEP, as we've just calculated, also has that $75,000 value. So now we're ready for step one. Step one, in terms of recording a trade-in, needs to reflect the fact that this $85,000 asset is no longer controlled by the entity. So therefore, we're going to need to credit this account, and that's going to trigger the need to record and transfer this value in our temporary account, the disposal of computer. The disposal of computer account has two purposes. Number one, it helps facilitate the transfer of an NCA, in this example, a computer, the ACDEP, and the proceeds from the disposal, and then helps us calculate our profit or loss on disposal, which will be reported in our income statement. So in our computer account, we are going to credit it. So we've got an $85,000 debit for our balance, and we've credited the account because the computer is gone. We'll deal with the purchase of the new one a bit later. So this will trigger a debit entry in our disposal account. And so if we look at what that looks like in our general journal, we have debited our temporary disposal account and we have credited our computer account. Step two, the ACDEP, the $75,000 that we have allocated on this computer thus far, that needs to be transferred to the disposal account now because that ACDEP is gone along with the computer that it's attached to. So therefore, we're going to do a debit entry to our asset account, ACDEP account. It's kind of a double negative going on here. It's a negative asset that's being reduced, so that's why we're doing a debit. So that ACDEP account is now zeroed off, and so we're going to transfer that to our temporary disposal account. So what does that look like in our GJ? We have done a debit entry to our ACDEP account and a credit entry to our disposal account. Step three, we need to record the proceeds from the disposal. This is a trade-in, and it specifies on the first line of the question that our trade-in value is 75K. That will discount the amount we pay on our new one for 105. We'll deal with that towards the end of this clip. So in terms of the debits and credits for this 15K transfer, it doesn't affect the bank. There is no money changing hands. Think about it. We are basically giving VMT Motors our old computer, and so therefore that's going to reduce the amount we pay on the new one. So therefore we don't touch the bank. we basically are going to increase the value of our computer account, and we're going to use our temporary account, the disposal, to facilitate this. So our computer account is going up by that value of 15,000, and we're going to credit our disposal account for that 15,000. And so in our general journal, each of the 4 sets of entries for a disposal or a trade-in one of the accounts will be the computer, and the other a disposal account, and the other in this case is the asset itself. Now, our fourth and final step in the disposal process, recording the disposal, is working out our profit or loss on disposal. And this question's made it pretty easy for us in the first 2 lines of the question, because what it actually tells us is that our trade-in value was 15K compared to our carrying value of 10. So therefore, if our depreciation estimates were accurate, then we should have received a trade-in value of 10K, but we've done better than that. We've actually traded it in for 15K. So this is a $5,000 profit on disposal. So we are going to credit our revenue account, profit on disposal, it's revenue going up. So therefore, that will trigger a credit entry, and that will facilitate a corresponding debit entry to our temporary account. And we can see that it's temporary now because our debits equal our credits in that disposal account. So this account has served its purpose. Again, it's got 2 purposes. Number 1, it assists or facilitates the transfer of the computer, the ACDEP, and the proceeds from the disposal, and it also helps us calculate our profit on disposal. We've got 90,000 of debits, 90,000 of credits. This account does not get reported anywhere. That's why we call it a temporary account, just like a profit and loss summary account. So it always needs to have matching debits and credits so that it is closed off. So in our GJ, let's have a look at what this looks like. We've got a debit to our temporary account and a credit to the profit on disposal. So if we just work our way down the 4 sets of entries, we've got 4 entries to our disposal account. We've written off our computer, the ACDEP, we've recorded the proceeds for the new one and calculated our profit on disposal. Now, there's also the need to record the new computer. We need to be careful with the maths here. There's a bit going on. It had a cost price of 105K plus GST. So the full amount of GST comes into play now. 10% of 105K is 10.5K. But be mindful that we need to discount this amount by the $15,000 trade-in value. So this is where we need to be a little bit careful with our entries, particularly when we are time pressured. Now, let's just have a look at our computer ledger here. What we need to end up with is an asset that's worth 105K, the new asset that is. So therefore, if we backtrack to work out the amount that's actually being paid in cash for this computer, then we're actually only paying 90,000. So be mindful for this tricky little entry here that the $105,000 balance for our computer is made up of 2 separate cross-references. We've got the $15,000 from the trade-in, and we've got the $90,000 that was paid in cash. So we need to be mindful that we haven't paid the full 105K for the actual new computer because of the benefit of the actual 15K trade-in for the old one. So in terms of the GST effect of that, the GST is 10% of the full 105k purchase, so that's going to trigger a debit. And if we add up those two amounts in terms of our bank, $90,000 for the computer, 10.5 for the GST, gives us $100,500 coming out of our bank. Let's have a look at what that looks like in the GJ. So again, the computer, we're paying $90,000 for the balance. We're paying 10%, full amount for the GST. The ATO doesn't care about the trade-in value. We still have to pay 10% on the total purchase price, and then total these two up and you'll get your credit entry to the bank.